Derek.
And I'm Noah, and you're listening to A Bite of,
where we take our favorite pop culture obsession and enjoy it one nibble at a time.
And that was a roller coaster.
Just trying something new. Just trying some new stuff.
You do you. You're great.
Just do a remix.
But
It's
you
all
know
good.
what is also very great?
Tell us.
It is the penultimate episode of Secret Invasion. It's one of our favorite types of episodes because it means we're almost done with covering the show.
That felt like such a roast of Secret Invasion.
No, not at all.
Okay. Okay.
We have a lot to talk about. It is the penultimate episode of this series. Lots of thoughts, lots of feelings. Have we lost our scroll-ass minds, as Nick Fury so lovingly says?
Things are not good among the Skrulls right now, you guys.
Anybody. Between anybody. Okay. So we cover movies, TV, mostly. Books, we've covered all that media. It would be, not great of us. We wouldn't be on the right side of the picket lines if we did not mention the strikes that were happening. Last week when we were covering it, it was literally they were deciding if they were going to strike. And now both sides have strike. So the first time in 63 years.
Before
Hollywood.
I was born.
I mean, before most of us was born.
Before the world I was born.
I think like Reagan was president, maybe.
Who?
But double strike. Hollywood has a double strike. It's been a very long time. So the contract between SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, and the American Federation of Television and Radio did not agree with the AMPT, American Motion Picture and Television Producers. I love these acronyms. There's too many. But the contracts, they couldn't come to an agreement. Now they are joining the WGA. They have been on strike since May 2nd, so it's been quite a while. It's bad, but it's good that SAG is doing this. So it's going to light a new fire under these strikes. So there's a lot of misinformation out there. I implore people to go directly to SAG or WGA and find out that information on what you should do, what should not do as a content creator / influencer / reviewer. Go do that.
Absolutely. And so we are trying to honestly figure out where this leaves us as people who create content. So we're looking to finish out the season. We started it before this happened, and we just want folks to know that we are aware of what's going on. We don't want to just make it like we're blatantly ignoring what's going on, and we're doing our best to honor those who are striking.
Yes. And we are going to put down below in the show notes the different ways and a link to a page to show how you can support them. Even if you aren't in New York and LA or wherever they're doing the actual picket lines, there's plenty of funds that you can donate, just spreading the word on social media. So go do that. But that's where we stand in the current industry that we love. We love movies. We love TV. We want them to be paid fairly. So do that, you greedy ghouls.
The ghouls are greedy.
Because I don't like it.
No, but what I do like is Nanny Fine being at the front line saying, "Oh, Mr. Sheffield.
No.
Don't do it." Yeah. Art imitates life, because there is an episode of The Nanny where she refuses to cross a picket line.
Good.
So here she is.
I mean, perfect person to be the president. Go watch the videos of her giving the speech and everything that she's doing. She's killing it. And I'm glad that they did not concede to these greedy corporations. So let's hopefully hope that they come to an agreement and these end, so that way they get paid fairly and we get our shows and movies that we love.
Yeah. And it's just, honestly, it's just really awful how greedy these folks are who are making hundreds of millions of dollars
literally
a year. And I've read statistics. Who knows if it's correctly, but like things of like, if they would all give up 2% of what they make yearly, they can meet the demands of what people are asking for.
Right. Yes.
And they won't.
Clearly, there's CEOs making hundreds of $1 million a year. Just is really 50 million taken off of that much? Like, you don't need that.
No.
You really don't.
No.
But
it's horrendous.
The streaming industry has made it very non-transparent with ratings and viewers, all of that. So it's just a big whole mess. They're releasing agreements that they didn't agree to. I also highly implore you to go look at those because it is insane. AI is a danger and they need to pay people. So
Yeah. Isn't there like the thing of like, well, we'll just make AI actors. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I can't.
Black Mirror literally talked about
Joan
this.
is awful is true.
Yeah.
Selma Hayek will be pissed.
Studios are awful.
Yep.
All right. So on to the show. Be sure to look at those show notes if you really want to know more information, or go directly to SAG and WGA. Oh, Secret Invasion.
It's a secret invasion. Should we take a look back?
Yeah, let's take a look back.
All right. So Secret Invasion episode 4 was titled Beloved. G'iah rises from the dead, showing she has Super Skrull powers to take that Gravik. Priscilla gets the order from Rhodey to kill Fury, so instead she has a cup of tea with him that ends in gunshots to the wall. Fury makes his way to Rhodey, fresh out of the shower, and has him sip some nano trackers. The President of the United States arrives in England only to be ambushed by Gravik's brigade. During the battle, Gravik says, "Go, go, Groot arm," and Fury leaves closest ally Talos lying in the street after being murdered by the rebel leader.
I just imagine you writing these and just being like, hey, this is so good.
Got him.
But then you say it out loud and it's just a tongue twister and it's so good.
Damn, Noah's roasting everyone tonight.
It wasn't a roast. It was like the alliteration is so good that it is a tongue twister, right?
I gotta exercise my mouth a little bit. I gotta do some warm-ups before this.
The Talos lift on the side of the road one was a tongue twister.
Fury leaves his closest ally.
Yeah.
It's ally. I keep wanting to say alloy. Okay, wait. Fury leaves his closest friend Talos lying in the street after being murdered by the rebel leader.
Ah, you found the cause.
Yes.
I wonder why ally made it so
I think
weird.
because ally plus Talos makes me want to say alloy.
Because
the
say
O.
Altos.
It's Altoids. Curiously strong.
Well,
Anyway, you guys watched it.
not Talos. He is not curiously strong.
Also, I also noticed that some people say Talos and some people say Talos.
Yeah, it's the difference between British people and not British people.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, because I think
True.
Fury says Talos.
He does.
Yeah, but he heard it from a British person, so
I guess it could be either one.
whatever. I mean, it's like Thanos and Thanos. People
See,
say
no
it.
one says the first one, though.
A lot of people do.
The Avengers,
I mean, I don't know them personally.
they say Thanos.
the general public does.
No, we're not talking about the gem pop. We're talking about the characters in the show. They did not agree on how to say alloy.
Yeah. All right. Spoiler alert, spoils. The secrets are going to be spilled for the 5th episode of Secret Invasion.
Let us officially take a bite of Secret Invasion Episode 5, Harvest.
Okay, Linda Belcher.
A delightful fall harvest.
What are your instant reactions to finishing this episode, episode 5?
This episode, I'm going to be honest.
I would think the listeners would appreciate that.
I felt like it was a mess.
Oh, I didn't expect it, but go on.
I just felt like there were so many things that happened that like you really had to be like, okay, I guess. Like, yeah, I guess that's the way they could have handled it. It just like things. This is getting us to the last episode,
Right. And is it one of those things where it's suffering from it being 6 episodes and it could have benefited? I feel like we have the same conversation every time, right? It's like we're getting to the end and we're like, how do they wrap it up? And then by the end, we're like, they really didn't stick the landing, or they kind of did, but it's just to set up the next thing.
See, I think the problem with Secret Invasion, and this is something that you have said before, is that it didn't need to be a show.
Yeah,
Right?
I feel like it could have been a movie.
It could have been a movie. And the thing is like, if we're thinking about them sticking the landing, unfortunately, the tumbling pass, they kept falling out of it the entire time. You know,
Interesting.
They're not hitting Simone Biles here.
Well, nobody can.
But do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
You know,
think
like
Loki-
WandaVision was like,
right.
Simone
Loki and
Biles.
Wandy.
Wandy. It's my good friend Wandy.
I feel like those and like Moon Knight and Miss Marvel were very close.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, it's these 6 episode events that I feel like are going to be very hard with whatever story they're trying to tell. I thought this one would have been like a surefire knock out of the park because it's it's inspired by like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. It's supposed to be that kind of, I don't want to say grounded because I hate using that word, but that espionage, that spy thing, it's a very bookended type thing. It could be. I just don't like, every episode keeps getting shorter. The first 2 episodes were like an hour, and now we're like around the 30 mid mark. So are they going to wrap it up? Yes. Are they going to wrap it up nicely? I don't know.
I mean, let's face it, right? So in the next episode, what we can hope for is that Gravik will be defeated.
But I hope he doesn't die, because I really don't want these one and done villains. I like returning villains.
I have a feeling that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And the thing is that, but it's still not going to settle the problem of millions of Skrulls living on Earth. It's not going to settle the problem of the Skrulls not having a home. So it's going to leave us exactly where we were before Secret Invasion started.
As long as he doesn't get all that DNA, I'm fine.
The harvest.
If he doesn't get his harvest, I'm fine.
I love a fresh harvest.
This episode, I do feel like a lot happened, and there were some excellent moments. And then there were some like, okay. Like, I guess I needed the couple conversations between Scrody and Gravik because they know each other. The editing in some parts was a little choppy, but overall, I think this was the most action-y episode.
Yes.
Even over the countryside British shootout.
I will agree that through the 30 some odd minutes of this, we had 3 pretty major fight scenes.
Right. Or intent, like a lot of shooting.
So many guns.
So many guns.
Everybody's got guns. Guns in the hospital, guns in the countryside, guns in the house.
Yeah.
Guns.
Yeah.
Everybody loves guns.
It is spy, so you need guns in this. So Sonya and Priscilla, I kind of want to just talk about them right off the top, because they were my favorite part of this episode. I just liked their interactions because you got a lot of like depth and stuff from them. I like that Nick Fury sent G'iah to Priscilla because they're still cool, even though their marriage is absolved. They're still cool. And
they shook on it.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
He's like, go take your dad and she'll help you bury.
Where did she get him from?
The road.
The road.
Yeah.
She hid in that apartment building or whatever. And then she's like, I want to bury my dad. He said, okay. And then she got him.
He's been in the van the whole time.
What van? Whose van?
Yeah. It's a detail that, like, if you think too hard, doesn't make sense.
And see, this is my problem about what we do here, is that we have to think about these things, right?
And then now our listeners do.
Right. Where someone who's just watching is going like, oh, yeah, of course she has to bury her dad. Wow, that's amazing. Like, I'm going, where's that van from? Whose van is that?
How did his body get in there?
How did his body get in there?
Yeah.
He was...
I'm going to say...
in the middle of a battleground.
Yeah, I'm going to say that I hope that some of the British soldiers, because I'm assuming Gravik's team left after killing him, and then what was left was the British government, and they took Talos into custody, his body, and then Falsworth gave it, i.e. to G'iah. I don't know.
Wow.
It's our job. It's our job to think about it. But I did like the small instances where you see Priscilla or Vera and you see G'iah, and they're from 2 separate types of upbringings with Skrulls. You have ones that know the ways, and you have ones that grew up on Earth and grew up in different ways of kind of like hodgepodgey ways of what the Skrulls were, because they don't have a lot of their stuff.
Priscilla should have slapped her in the face.
Why?
Because G'iah was being disrespectful in
She's young.
Priscilla's home. She's like 30 something.
Yeah, in Skrull years, she's like 72.
In Skrull years, she's 12.
Yeah.
Do they live long? I don't know how long Skrulls live.
Like 250.
Oh yeah, so she is very young in Skrull years.
So she's still young.
How old is Priscilla?
Older. She's older.
Older.
Yeah, older.
Simple answer.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting that she said, she was like, has he ever, did you just, what did she say?
Did you look at him? Did you look upon him in your true skin? Or something like that.
Is that what
she said that.
Oh, that's weird.
And Priscilla was like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you if you talk to me like that one more time. This woman Priscilla just helped G'iah bury her father.
Yeah.
She said the prayer that G'iah didn't even know, comes into her house and disrespects her.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, G'iah. I don't see you walking around in your natural skin. I don't see you hanging out.
Well, I think that's
the
point, right? No.
Hypocritical.
I think there's some layers to that, but it is not nice to say.
No.
No.
Especially when you're waiting for her executioners to come.
Yeah. I did that gunshot whenever they came to kill Priscilla because Nick Fury literally told her they're going to come for you. And she's like, let him come. That got me. That gunshot got me. I was like, ah!
Oh, it was scary.
Yeah. Out of nowhere. Great. That was the scariest part of this spy thriller that we've gotten.
These people were sent to kill this woman. Their aim is so terrible. Not only did they miss, but they were like so off.
I also feel so bad for this whole tea situation because every time they bring out the tea,
this beautiful,
her life just like crumbles in some sort of way.
Just no more tea.
No, he questions her about everything. Marriage gets absolved. Now she's getting shot out and they destroyed the teapot.
Maybe the problem is because it's in England, there's just always tea. So it's going to get shot.
Well,
no matter what.
What? What?
It's England. They're always drinking tea. So it's going to be out. When any assassin comes, when you're fighting with your spouse, there's always tea around.
What would be the American equivalent?
Beer.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Exactly. what's I don't know. Yeah.
Were you trying to think of a beer?
Pabst Blue Ribbon, like Natty Ice, like the really cheap ones.
Natty Ice?
I mean, Budweiser. It'd probably be Budweiser, right?
I like how you jumped from Natty Ice to Budweiser.
Right? But like that's like,
yeah,
I mean, but now
cheap.
it's gay. It's gay, so.
Yeah, super gay.
It's gay.
It's not anymore because they pulled back, so fuck Budweiser. Or Bud Light. Which one is it?
Well, Budweiser's the parent company, right? Anheuser-Busch?
Clydesdale horses.
Well, there's Budweiser, and then Bud Light is the light version of that.
Got it.
Now, what about Bud Light Lime? Where
they
do
don't
they
make
stand?
that.
Yeah, they do. They used to. It was delicious.
No.
It was basically like a really horrible version of a Corona with lime in it.
Corona is the only one that should have lime because that sounds disgusting with Budweiser Light.
Budweiser Light. You can tell Noah didn't grow up where he was playing beer pong in people's backyards.
Oh, no, I did. But we just used like straight up vodka and moonshine.
Oh, my God.
I was in Texas, so.
Oh, yeah, no. In Queens, we were drinking cases of Bud Light, baby. Smoking Marlboro Menthol Lights.
Well, yeah.
Newport's down. We were the bad kids.
Yeah.
We really weren't.
Theater kids.
We like to just hold the cigarettes.
Yeah. Just lit.
We would do like the Jets. We were the Jets. I'd roll up a pack of cigarettes in my short sleeves.
Yeah. Okay. So
oh, sorry. What are we talking
Priscilla
about?
And G'iah.
Oh, yeah.
The scene that follows this, where they go into, I'm assuming her lab where she still works on genetics. There's lots of plants, lots of vials.
Yeah.
Lots of secret compartments.
Shoot up.
And it was great. I loved that scene. I loved the back-to-back. I love one crouching down and reloading and the other one covering. So good.
That's Skrull tactics right there.
Yeah.
That's how they train. One person shoots, one person reloads. They knew.
I think it's just tactics in general.
Well, they're training.
As Skrulls.
That's what I'm saying.
With guns.
Hello.
But the backpacks were so...
Backpack.
Yeah. Dora provided them with a front and back protection of a backpack.
Vamonos boots.
It was so good. I liked it. I liked seeing them work together, even though they've never worked together before. That's how highly skilled these two are.
Yes.
Probably both of them trained by Nick Fury in some way.
They're Furian, for sure.
Yeah.
The Furian way.
Yeah.
I did like my favorite shot was the guy that was swinging into the window didn't even really make it in. They shot him and he just hung there the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one.
You getting paid to just lay there? I got shot by Emilia Clarke. Thank you.
Ooh.
I hope that Emilia Clarke makes it out of this series because she's great.
They can't kill her father and her.
They can't, but they could.
All they got to do is a couple of keystrokes and her fate is sealed.
I mean, they'll just keep replaying apparently the footage of her dying because that's how Kobe Smulders gets her guest
She
appearance.
gets a credit every single episode, baby.
I mean, like, awesome cover for her, though, because it's like you think that Maria Hill is going to be in every episode because she's listed on all of them.
It does say 6, yeah.
And it's like, oh, no, they just show the same footage.
She has one more appearance in the next episode. They're going to show it one more time.
It's just playing on all the backgrounds.
Oh, yeah.
The final fight.
The news is going to be on. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Speaking of that, the world knows. The world knows now. They released it. Gravik's plan is going to ship. And now it's bad. It's bad because he has nothing to lose and he does not care. He just wants to burn the world now. I'm assuming the original plan was to just start a war and then lay waste to everything and take the home after all the humans are dead. Now he just doesn't care. He's killing his own people. Freaking pagan, dead.
Yeah.
Gone.
He grooted him.
Same with the new guy that G'iah let in. I'm unfortunately afraid I don't
dude.
know his name. Gone. They're all dead.
They tried to do a little revolt, but he's too strong.
That scene, so good.
I saw that guy get up with that sledgehammer and I was like, no. And then I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
They did it. They tried to bag him too.
But like, did they had to have known he had powers because they were with him when they shot at the president.
Why didn't they give themselves powers first? Do you know what I'm saying? It's a better planning.
Yeah.
Better planning, everyone.
Yeah, but they got a bag. They got a plastic bag that
And a sledgehammer.
would have worked if he didn't have superpowers.
Right. Agreed.
That was frightening, though. Loved it. I
Yeah.
thought it was very high tension, very like brutal. So good. The choreography in that scene, loved it. Here for it.
He feels very like roid ragey now.
He's just scorched earth.
Yeah.
Like that's
He's
who
just like
gonna be.
lashing out. He's giving me Azula in like the last episode of
Oh
Airbender.
my God.
You know what I mean? Just like lost,
Yes.
losing his mind.
Do you know what I mean?
He's going in the next episode. He's just going to be a monster.
Yeah, I assume.
Part Groot, part Ice Guy,
Frost Beast.
Frostbeast, part Fire Healer,
Extremist.
And
And then there's one more.
I don't remember.
Cole Obsidian.
Oh yeah.
Rolls right off the tongue.
Oh yeah, Cole Obsidian. Not to be confused with Cole Sprouse.
Ew.
And
Was he the
Dylan.
one that did the interview with the cigarette?
I think so.
It could have been either one, actually.
And I think, and the other one I think is Jughead.
I thought it was the same person.
Oh, is it? I don't really keep up with the Sprouse boys.
I don't either. After the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody,
I stopped at Big Daddy. No, Friends. When one of them was in Friends.
I forgot they were in Friends.
He was Ben.
wow.
Only one of them, though.
Wow.
Yeah, the guy, that's horrible. That smoking video? No.
No, it's not great.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
No, outside, fine, whatever. We don't care. But like, it's just something about doing it inside while doing a video. It's like, I don't think you're that cool.
Well, that's the problem, is that she's trying to be cool.
It's not cool.
It's not cool.
That does not constitute coolness.
No.
No.
And tobacco is wacko if you're a teen.
Dare.
That's true.
That's your
true.
weekly dare announcement from.
Derek's Dare.
You know what I loved the most about this episode?
I want to know.
You can guess.
I know what it is.
Sonya
Yeah.
Fallsworth got so much screen time. They knew that me, Noah,
Mm-hmm.
would feel betrayed, like I was not a beloved viewer of them, and I got no Sonya last episode.
Not even one millisecond.
And this one, we got plenty. We
Lem-
had so much Sonya.
Let me tell you something about Sonya. Sonya has a style that I like. Okay?
Like literally?
Both.
Okay.
Fury needs to learn a couple of things from her, okay? Because guess what she does? She shoots you.
Yeah.
Okay?
She does.
She just gets shit done. She says, hey, what's up, guy in this office? And he's like, what? She's like, bam, you're a Skrull. Told you.
What if he wasn't, though? What if she was totally wrong?
She always knows. She knows. Sonya knows.
She does. She wouldn't go in there without knowing.
And I think Fury should have done the same thing to Rhodey in the hospital.
He should have done it a lot of times.
And because Rhodey's like, if you I'm going to tell everybody Marie Hill, guess what? He did it anyway. So why didn't you kill him?
Right. Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
Sonya knows what to do.
Yeah.
Follow Sonya's lead.
Yeah. And she'll also crack amazing one-liners and jokes. I loved when, aside from going into the director of MI6 and just being like, bam, see guys, look at that. He's a Skrull.
Told you.
I love when she goes to the Daltons and she's like, hello, Skrulls.
Yeah.
Just not even waiting.
She's just so sure of herself. She has all the intel. She always knows she has the upper hand.
And you know what's actually kind of throwing me off a little bit about this is that, like, this is what I would expect Fury to be like. Just so confident and so sure. And I know he's like shaky and like the whole point is to like explore his character and stuff. But like we don't know her, but I trust her to not die or to just do what needs to be done. Fury, I'm just questioning a lot. And I'm like, you were limping in the beginning. I don't know if it was a show, but like, you okay? Are you good? Episode 5?
He's on his last leg.
Literally.
Do we think we're going to? No, take it back.
Well, so
I was going to say, do you think we're going to lose Fury? But we're not because we know he's in the Marvels.
We don't know if it is actually Fury. What if it's somebody?
It's G'iah.
No, I think that'd be weird. Right? Is that weird? Like for a white actor to be playing a black actor, even though it's an alien race. But I guess Talos did it.
You got me. I don't know how it works, but I don't know. I mean, Fury's going to make it out of this.
In one way or another.
Yeah. His character, who's supposed to be our lead, just like steadfast, strong character, is like not holding a torch to Sonya.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sonya's just like
she's
charging in, taking names, shooting people.
She said to the Daltons, she said, I could be one of two ways. She's like, I'm great as your bestie. I'm great as devilishly great at not being your bestie. She's like, so do you either want cake or death?
Cake or death. That's life, baby.
I love it.
It's either cake or death.
I love it so much. This scene with her and Fury, also great. We got so many Sonya scenes in this episode. Them going to the graveyard. He's going to get the harvest. This thing that talked to Guy's like, all he wants is a harvest. Do you know what that is? He's like, oh shit. Is that what he's after?
The thing I helped to make?
Yeah. Obviously, he's after that. So they go to Finland, which was sweet because he hid it there because him and Priscilla went there on their honeymoon. He is a sweetheart inside.
I think this settles our debate of whether or not there was true love between Priscilla and Fury.
I think you were just having that debate.
No. I was sticking up for love.
Oh, you were. Yeah.
And you said she was just a secret mission.
I didn't trust her.
That's fair.
I just didn't trust her.
But I think this scene is nicely, I mean, we saw them both talking about each other lovingly separately.
Right.
In this episode.
So the grave, one of many that he has around the world, because lots of money.
You got to prepare.
A lot of money.
Yeah, it's very expensive to bury things.
Hopefully more quotes or different quotes on each one of them, because that would be fun.
What did this one say?
I don't know.
Oh.
I didn't think it was important. It's probably some quote from something.
It's a Nicholas J. Fury. Avengers Besties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
XOXO.
Gossip Girl.
Fuck Goose, because I hate that flirt.
Fuck that flirkin. Let's also talk about breath technology.
Yeah, so he hid he hid this thing in the gravestone. Yeah, tombstone. Gravestone. Stone where somebody's dead. He gently
it lit up.
Blows into it, which I don't know if a gust of wind could do that or like
it knows his favorite mint.
It knows the hell.
Banaka.
It's just black licorice.
Oh, yeah, strong.
It has to be something that not a lot of people would have.
And I think in Finland, they do love a black licorice.
See?
Those Nordic countries.
See? it wasn't a weird pick. It made sense because
I
you make
get
it.
breath like a breathalyzer. It knows his breath.
Well, there is DNA in
He
saliva.
has to spit it.
Yeah. So it was fine. I think it was way too expensive for a tombstone, but whatever. So I am very curious as to whose Avengers DNA is in this. So this is a big revelation, right, for the series. And this is what could potentially bring about the extinction of humans. Because if the Skrulls could have access to a number of Avengers, because Fury specifically said even Carol blood, or there's DNA from Carol in this, that's not good. Carol could stand up to Thanos easily. We don't want that. What I'm more curious about is the delivery system. I know that we have to suspend disbelief, but I don't know why I was like hoping it would be multiple vials or like organized in some way. But I'm not like, can that work? Like just having whatever DNA samples all floating around together?
So if everyone spits in a tube and sends it to 23andMe, will it be able to tell that it's 10 different people?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe if you look into the DNA and be like, okay, these are different DNAs from people, but like, I don't know. Like, I couldn't see the Hulk's DNA being so heavily with gamma radiation.
Well, it should be green, the vial.
Should be.
If it's Hulk's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Is this just one person's DNA?
No. I mean, he said it has the DNA sample.
Yeah, Harvest does make it seem like a lot.
Yeah. So we also find out that Fury had these collectors come after the battle and collect this DNA.
Disgusting.
Led by Gravik. This is where it's like Fury is, I don't want to say like the Batman, but I feel like some listeners might understand that reference. Batman always has contingency plans for the Justice League because he's immortal. And he's like, in case they break bad, I need to have a way to whatever. I'm hoping Fury was like, oh, they almost died. Some of them did. If all of the Avengers get wiped out, I need a way to potentially make new ones. So that's why he kept the DNA. It's just a really weird move to secretly steal people's DNA.
It feels illegal.
I don't think anything in this show is legal.
Something about stealing someone's DNA feels like it crosses a line.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You know, and it's interesting that he needs to keep a contingency plan to bring the heroes back in case he needs them. Let's say that's what it is. But when when Sonya flat out asks him, she's like, why aren't you calling your heroes? He's like, it's personal. And I'm like,
okay.
Fury.
I feel two different ways about that, right?
I want to hear both.
You're going to only hear half of one.
Oh, scary.
Just kidding. So I believe that he can't call his special friends because there is no Avengers. There's not an Avengers team right now. There are some Avengers he knows of, which he could call. But the whole like conversation of like, just call the Avengers. There isn't an Avengers team right now. Who's he going to call? Everybody's kind of busy at this moment. We don't know exactly where in the timeline this takes place. But I feel like his reasoning is very weak. And it's kind of like, okay, yeah, because you're the only one that is married to Priscilla. Like it was a weird way to say like, it's personal. I have to do it. I don't think that's a valuable reason. You could call one person. Yeah. But then does that take away from like the point of the show?
I don't think he wants his friends to know that he stole their spit.
I think that's a big reason, right? He doesn't want them to know that he did this and that he messed up this bad.
He messed up real bad.
He did. Very much so.
And now Gravik's losing it. Everyone's angry. World War III is coming. Rhodey's whispering in the president's ear.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a mess.
In this episode, they have finally decided to acknowledge that Black Widow was a thing and it happened because we've gotten many references to Black Widow. We got the Red Room stuff mentioned, 3 episodes ago?
Mm-hmm.
This episode, we got 2 references. We got the Widow's Veil, which, hello, where's that been?
A little peely peel.
This whole time. And then Mason, Mr. OT.
He's been here since the prequel.
we haven't seen him since Black Widow. And
No.
they're like, oh, by the way, he's still around.
He's still getting planes and stuff for
He
people.
still deals in planes. Here you go. I like seeing him, but it was very like, oh, I forgot you exist. Are you going to continue? Who are you now?
I think he's just going to pop up whenever they want him.
Whenever they need a plane.
Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, if Fury has no friends right now, how is he going to get to Finland? And then Mason shows up.
Yeah.
And then Sonya picks him up.
Yeah.
In Finland.
And it said like 293 kilometers from the Russian border. That does nothing for me. I actually thought they weren't in Finland because I was like, how far is that? The American education system has failed me.
But you do know how big Texas is, I'm sure.
Yes, but why did they say from the Russian border? I didn't need to know that. That was a weird, right?
I guess it was just to give us context of that maybe they're close to where the place that's going to be bombed
He
is.
was just in Brixton. So
right. And also they're doing a lot of this is I feel like I had a problem with this in Falcon and Winter Soldier where they like were in one place and then in the next scene they were in a completely different country and like no time had passed.
Yeah.
Gravik has like where is the Super Skrull machine? Is it in Russia or is it in London?
It's a New Skrullos because that's where G'iah was. There could be multiple. There probably is. But that's where G'iah was when she left and got shot because she just turned herself into a Super Skrull. That's where it's at.
But yes. But I'm just saying, in that timeline, she met her dad at a museum in England, and then they drove to Russia where she was shot.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm just trying to piece this together, and I can't.
Yeah, that's fine.
And it might be because I'm a dum-dum, and that's fine, too. I'm just saying I don't know whether in England.
It's like sometimes these location title cards at the bottom don't help because it's like, wait, Fury was just in Russia. How is he again in England?
Where does Priscilla live?
In the wilds.
What's happening?
Yeah. So fine. I think this episode was fine, right? I think I'm glad nobody died like they did at the end of the last couple episodes. I think it's more of the same. I'm curious to see how they ultimately wrap this up. I know the Marvels is like is the part 1 or part 2 of this. Like it's going to continue more in the MCU. To what effect? Super Skrulls.
Right, because from what we've seen in sort of in the Marvels trailer, when they use their powers, they switch places.
Right, but I don't even think that has to do with this.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it doesn't.
It's just more Fury on Saber. That's it.
Sure.
Like, I feel like that's the connection. Skrulls are around.
They're everywhere.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Where do you think this is good? What do you hope for the finale? Let's.
Okay, this is my prediction. My prediction is a fight. I think that the vial of harvest is, I think that Gravik is going to take it and it's going to be too much power and he's going to turn into like a monster.
So you're saying like a Kevin Bacon X-Men First Class situation where he gets like overloaded.
Yeah, and he's going to explode.
Mm. I hope it's like
up.
some like Cronenbergian body horror, like John Carpenter. Like he's just overloaded with all of the Avengers DNA. I didn't like that sentence.
Yeah, he's got like a Thor in his armpit. He's got a Captain America butt. He's got America's ass.
He's like, ooh.
Oh, yeah.
When?
Yeah, he's got Captain Marvel's mohawk thing.
Well, no.
And then they play and it's another X-Men.
That's how the X-Men get introduced.
Exactly.
He explodes.
Oh, yes, and the harvest goes everywhere.
Yeah.
It goes into the water and they drink it.
From Russia.
Exactly.
All the way
Well, Russia's next to England. And England's next to America.
Next to Finland.
Next to Finland. So, it makes sense. I think so. Jubilee's there.
It's like that whole thing in Game of Thrones where, oh my God, what was the eunuch's name? The bald guy?
Bald guy.
No, what was his name? That
sounds right.
Varric.
No.
Something like that. We know who we're talking about, right? But it was
Missed
like,
the secrets.
how can he travel from like a Jon Snow to King's Landing? But yet it takes like Arya, Jon, Daenerys 8 seasons just to get to one area.
That guy, he just put himself in a box.
Somebody was like, he just teleports. He's just.
It's called the United Parcel Service,
Yeah.
baby.
So, I mean, I think there is going to be a fight. I think the call that he did was to Gravik, and he said, all right, let's finish this. I loved that Nick Fury got a suit up scene. We needed the eye patch.
Nick Fury took a black jacket off, put a black jacket on,
This one had more pockets.
took a hat off, put a hat on.
It was maroon.
Enough.
It was, it's nice. He said, you know what? This is dirty. I just traveled in this.
That's true. You do like to get changed. You like to freshen up.
Yeah,
You want to
before
freshen
fight.
up. And this mausoleum was tricked out.
Yeah, it had the Howling Commando symbol.
Had
and-
had an eye scanner.
Is that what he did? I thought he blew a kiss to that one too.
No, that's just for outside. This one is one eyeball.
Well, we can't be the other one.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So yeah, a fight. I think there's gonna be a fight. I think he called Gravik. And there is gonna be some type of Super Scroll survival, or the experiment's gonna survive, because what is Marvel without scary Super Scrolls around?
And Sonya has that doctor somewhere now. So
Oh yeah, she did take the
can
doctor.
we truly
No.
trust Sonya?
Well, I trust
Is she
her.
going to be doing her own experiments now?
I'm here for her rights and her wrongs.
Oh,
I'm
interesting.
100% here for everything that Sonya Fallsworth does.
Wow.
You know what I
wow,
want?
wow,
I want a
wow.
spin-off. I want a spin-off of this show with just
The
Sonya.
Fallsworth Files?
Yeah, and it could and it could be like a remix of the X-Files theme.
Yeah.
But it could just be about how she got her nice clock collection.
And more about the owl.
Yeah, and just how she learned how to do tiny eye patches. I'm here for it.
Okay, so it's like a training. It's a very prequel.
Well, like her and Nick Fury have a past, so that would be cool to explore that a little bit.
Okay.
Claire Foy could play
There you go.
younger.
Absolutely.
Just do the crown progression.
Absolutely. You nailed it.
Okay.
So I guess we'll have to see what happens in this final episode of Secret Invasion.
Yeah. So next week, final episode.
Tis
Secret
the
Invasion.
end.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye.
So, goodbye, Samuel L. Jackson, until the Marvels come out.
Get your Happy Meals now.
Yeah.
They're out. The toys are out.
Spoilers.
Total spoilers.
My God. We were talking about it on Discord.
Mhm.
And somebody Darla pointed out that Goose has like a human face.
Yes.
And it's terrifying.
It's like, you know what it's like? It's like Cats.
Yeah. Oh, the movie.
The movie.
I was like, yes.
like
it
it's
is
like
a
James
cat. Corden.
Corden when they put him on that cat
Yeah.
and he was like, wah, 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 like that. I never saw that movie. But I know his face on that cat and it looks like that.
I unfortunately, anytime I see Hudson, Swift, Corden, I see them all in their cat form. Rebel Wilson.
Dame Judi Dench.
She was in it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That cast is stacked.
Memories.
Maybe we'll do a live watch through of Cats.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm never going to do that.
Oh, then there ever was there ever a cat so clever as magic.
Okay.
Mr. That's it.
Okay.
I think we should.
No.
And we'll watch Phantom too.
Of the opera?
Masquerade.
I don't like that one.
I don't either.
I don't like Phantom. My best friend is not listening to this and she loves Phantom of the Opera, so I can freely say it.
Because thanks for nothing, Kayla. Because of the strike, we're only watching old musicals now.
Oh.
But not old, like 2000s and 90s musicals.
I mean, as long as it's before like July 12th, we're good.
Yeah, like I don't want to do like Meet Me in St. Louis. I want to do like Cats.
An American in Paris?
Oh, well, then we'd have to talk about the Dream Ballet.
No, that's like
Yeah.
12 minutes.
Ga-ga-ga-ga-ga.
Okay. So programming reminders / what's on the menu, Secret Invasion episode 6.
There you go.
We have on our Patreon this month are Before the MCU watch through. We're going to be posting the lineup. The next one is The Punisher 1989. We're going to be having a watch party on Discord for that. So go join our Discord so you can watch it. And then we will talk about it.
Commenting.
Yeah. And, that's really it. So
we're going to see what happens with this invasion.
Mm-hmm.
How secret is it?
Not very.
Will Kobe Smulders be back? Smuckers.
We need to go. We need to go.
It's fine.
That is Maria Hill. I'm just kidding. It's
R.I.P.
It's fine.
Rip. Rip.
All right. Till next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to A Bite of. Artwork and editing by our own Noah. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at A Bite of Pod and on Facebook at A Bite of. If you have any questions, recommendations, or just want to say hi, you can contact us on abiteofpod.com. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to spread the word. See you next time on A Bite of. Bye.